The Chicago Cubs just signed veteran relief pitcher Jacob Webb to a one-year deal with a club option in 2027. This is, and I'm not just saying this, a really strong fit. Chicago said goodbye to high-leverage reliever Brad Keller, who is now with the Phillies, and crafty lefty Drew Pomeranz. Both guys had breakthrough years after struggling to prove themselves in recent seasons. But here's what makes Jacob Webb, new addition, better than just your run-of-the-mill reliever. We begin with his experience. For starters, this is a proven bullpen arm. Well, he's switched teams in each offseason, but logged a sub-4 earned run average in at least 25 appearances year over year over year over year. And over the last 2 years, he's ramped up to 60 and 55 games with an ERA of just about 3 flat. Usually it's the other way around. More innings equals more fatigue, more film on the guy. Batters start to adjust. Yeah, not Webb. It's quite the opposite. He's figured it out the last couple of years, especially. All right, Mr. Webb, what do you bring to the table? How have you been so successful in your career in the MLB so far, especially the last couple of seasons? Well, for starters, his movement profile is nuts. The guy doesn't throw 100 miles an hour. He doesn't blow you away with velocity, but that mid-90s four-seamer tails. It moves. For off-speed stuff, the mid-80s changeup rides arm side, and the sweeper is diabolical. And everything out of his hand looks identical. At 6'2", 210 pounds, Webb sports a 34-degree arm angle, what you'd call a three-quarter arm slot delivery. And guys just can't time him up. It kind of creates a rising effect, especially when he throws that fastball off the right hand from the 34-degree arm angle. It's not quite funky, but it's a repeatable motion where everything is so well disguised, hitters are truly guessing until that ball rises up or starts to break, and yeah, then it's too late. All right, so the guy has some movement on his pitches. He's got a low earned run average. Maybe he just had a good defense behind him the last few years. Well, maybe. But we know for a fact that guys aren't able to time him up and hit him because of this. Let's look on over at Baseball Savant's advanced analytics on Webb. Look at all that red. Yeah, that's a good thing in this case. For starters, the 32-year-old veteran righty is in the 95th percentile for average exit velocity given up at 86.6 miles per hour. Now, with all three of Webb's pitches flying in at a below average velocity, maybe that's just physics, right? Slower on the way in, slower on the way out, off the barrel. Okay, we could play devil's advocate. Let's go down a couple of rows. Chase rate, top 30%. Whiff rate, top 35%. It's not always about just the speed of your pitches. It's about what you can do with them and how you can manipulate the baseball. And Webb is a seasoned pro at it. Opposing hitters are struggling mightily, especially against that fastball, the primary pitch hitting below the Mendoza line with an opponent batting average of 186. Let's keep going down the line. Walk percentage, a career low at 7.1%. Barrel percentage and hard hit percentage, top 15% of the league in both of those metrics. And when you go up and down the line, you start to realize that a lot of these analytics are actually career best for Webb, who's on the other side of 30 years old. Yet he doesn't need the sexy statistics like fastball velocity riding in above 97 and strikeout rate nearing 30% to get there. What does he rely on? Well, it's weak contact. It's elite placement. It's that three-quarter arm slot that causes a rising effect. And it's somebody who took one of the largest workloads of his career last year and turned it into a career season. And what did the Cubs spend for him? Yeah, it's $1.5 million with an option after this upcoming season. This is genius. This is exactly what you want in your bullpen after the departures of Keller and Pomeranz. Where will he go? Well, now a 32-year-old at the top of his game joins a Tommy Hotovy-led pitching factory that took guys like Brad Keller and Drew Pomeranz and revitalized their careers in 2025. Here's the thing, though. Webb doesn't need revitalizing. He can get plugged right in as a mop-up option or a high-leverage play in late games and play what I like to call drama-free baseball. Relatively low whip throughout his career. And look, the Cubs were 11th in bullpen ERA last year. They had some drama early and then shut teams down the stretch. We knew with the losses that they'd need to pick up some solid pieces, and Jacob Webb has hitters as confused as ever heading into his 7th season of big league ball. I absolutely love this move. If you love Cubs baseball and you can't wait for March, leave a like, subscribe, comment what we should cover next, and we will catch you in the next video.